And welcome back to our second week on the trot of the Airsoft show. This week we're joined by Shadow1 Airsoft, somewhere in that blur that seems to have appeared since we've gone live. As long as the audio works, that's the main thing.
Yeah, as long as the audio is good, it doesn't matter.
Hang on, are you sending one off to do tech stuff?
Find the technical difficulties.
Signal.
Signal. You're going to make me stand there with the antenna like that, aren't you?
Especially with the weather at the moment. If it's anything like it up there, like it is down here, I'm not surprised the signal's crap at the moment. It's horrendous. It's like just torrential.
3 bars.
It's gone from cats and dogs to elephants and donkeys.
Yeah. So yeah, before we sort of get into things, if we just run through, you guys just introduce yourselves, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah. I'm Paul.
And it's chaos already.
We apologise. I'll start there. I'm Paul.
I'm Will. Simon. Josh.
Sam.
Cool. I thought Adam and Eilidh were going to just crack on with it there and just carry on. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, what news has there been? There's not been much in the way of news that I've seen really in the last week.
Other than TM increasing all their prices.
It was always on the cards, though, let's be honest. That was bound to happen at some point. You know, I think you'll see more and more suppliers go up in cost. Especially
heard about the Glocks. They're losing they're potentially losing the license to do Glocks.
Oh no, that was the thing last week, wasn't it? It's not not losing the license or something, is it? It's the trademarks issue. Because they've just done what they
pull in.
Yeah, because they've always just done it, and it's meant to have been sort of taken off, but it never has been because no one could be bothered. And yeah, I think Glock have finally cracked down on it. Be interesting to see if more suppliers follow suit, to be fair. Or if more real steel manufacturers follow suit, and so you see HK follow, etc., etc. Just have to wait and see what happens, really.
Thing is, they'll carry on making it. It'll just be
just won't have the markings on.
Like WE with the G series and stuff like that.
Is that a major thing, though? Does that really matter?
Well, this day and age where you can get stuff laser engraved and things like that, are you that bothered about not having the trades because you could just send it somewhere and have them added on, can't you?
Yeah, that's it. I'm sure you can find someone with a laser engraver quite easily.
Obviously, a bit more difficult with plastic because obviously they're going to be plastic slides and stuff like that. But if you're that bothered,
this day and age is probably a way of doing it, though. To be fair, if we looked into it. Other than that, I mean, it'll be interesting to see if we have more suppliers go up in cost as well while we're looking into that. Especially with sort of the Red Sea, everything's still having to go the long way around it and all that. Just wait and see. Next order of business. What's everyone drinking?
Oh, the
Bit boring tonight.
Oh, really? Am I the only one actually drinking tonight?
Probably.
What are you drinking?
Go on,
This is what is it? It's Bosal small batch American whiskey. It's decent. I need to get some more of that honey bourbon though, mate. I really do.
Yeah, I've run out now.
We're not easily persuaded, obviously.
I really had to twist your arm.
That's it. Arms have been twisted.
Yeah.
It's going to go downhill from this
A lot of convincing there, didn't it? So, Gareth Davis on the Instagram chat is saying he's on this the monster of the day.
Shot.
No comment.
No comments.
Yeah, so obviously as we run through, usual thing for those of you that are new to viewing, any questions, fire them on here, we'll bring them up, we'll raise them with the guys as we go through. So let's just get into the nitty gritty of it. Tell us about Shadow1.
You can. I'll start. Yeah, where to start? So, took over the site at the end of March. Few issues bringing in the new name and everything, but the last 8 months I think have been a learning curve, but it's been a real positive time for people who've played, people who've enjoyed it, and it's all we can ask for. We're trying to sort of build a site by airsofters for airsofters, and it's working really well.
Cool.
Seem to be going strength to strength, really.
Yeah. We've gone from a site where had its issues, but we've learned from them. We're always up for feedback from people, and we make the changes. Since we've took over, it's a very different site now.
You mean you don't ban people for providing feedback?
No, we are usually, well, yeah, depends feedback. Yeah, but no, a lot of it we took on board. Little things like having a stock of the essentials. We don't want people to turn up to come and play airsoft and we've not got any BBs or we haven't got batteries and that sort of thing. It's the little things which will make it a successful site. We want people to turn up here, play and enjoy it. And I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
So you say
obviously me and Dad on a private day invite, every day, whatever it was, and little things like, we'd forgotten to charge one of our traces, so mine had died, and I asked if I could put it on charge, and you were like, yeah, it's fine, just use like one of yours while you're waiting for yours to like charge. I was like, oh great, thanks. Like, a lot of sites would just be like, no, you can't even charge it. Like,
see you later.
Yeah.
So we got one comment again from Gareth. He's saying the stereotype of the old sites are a thing of the past as well. How hard was it coming in and taking over a site that didn't necessarily have the best of reputations to begin with? How has it been sort of losing that reputation and going, look, we are doing things differently to what was here before?
It's been hard. It was a very slow site. In the early days, we'd be running a Saturday morning session and you'd have 5 people. But we try and make that, even if we do have 5 people, an inclusive day for the people that are there. If it means that us as marshals have to don our gear, get stuck in and play the games with them, we'll do that. We're quite fortunate with the way the site is that depending on how many people turn up, depends on how the site plays. We've had 5-a-side, and all of a sudden you can use the entire site. And then, like when Adam came down, there was 22 of them. So it just completely changes the dynamic of the way the site plays. It's not like outdoor where you've got an acre to run around. You've got 100 meters by 60 to sort of get stuck in.
It's nice just being always in the action as well. Like as soon as you've respawned 10 seconds out of respawn and you're in the middle of a firefight again.
Yeah, it's not like you've got a trait for 5 minutes to get back to respawn and then back again, and then you're like, oh, everybody's moved and nobody's here anymore. Don't know what's going on. Like, there's always someone to be found.
Yeah,
and it's go on.
So I was just going to say, we've got a comment here saying Shadow1 has grown so much since it started as well. There's a lot of positivity coming through from, I'm guessing, guys that have played at your site since you guys took over, coming through in the comments at the moment.
Yeah, we've got Jacob Peter on Instagram as well saying it's not only a great site, it's also a great social club and a safe space for all, which is quite great indeed.
Yeah.
That's what we've been trying to aim. It is Airsofting for Airsofters, run by Airsofters. You know, we want this site to be inclusive and playable for everyone, from top tier skills down to a new who's come along having his first game. You know, whatever to enjoy it.
That's the thing as well with CQB. It can be, I've found personally from experience, that you see some of the newer players that will go to a CQB site, like for example the jail, where it is a much bigger site, and it can be a bit intimidating to some newer players. I've found just watching the way they are throughout the day. By the end of the day, they're loving it, but at the start of the day, it's very difficult for them to get into.
Yeah, I think it's always nerve going to a new site for the first time, but we try and make it as
friendly,
and as playable. We had an under-18s game not so long ago, but what you tend to find, if we do get the younger players in, by the second game, they're chasing experienced players around the site. Many a time, you'll see some of the younger players with our gear running around with full HPA, £1,000 cappers, playing against seasoned players. And I think that's what it's about. It's great turning up and having a rental M4, which is as good as it's going to be, but to give them that sort of whole inclusive experience, I think that's what we're about.
Oh, look how many times there's my rig.
Yeah. That's what it is, though. At the end of the day, you need to.
Well, that's what you did with that guy when we were there, didn't you? He'd never played airsoft before. He'd come with one of the girls that was there with his daughter, and you were just like, "Here you go, here's this HPA rig. Go and knock yourself out." And by the end of the day, like, he was out shooting most of us. And you're like, "Oh."
That's what it's about. You want people to leave here with a smile on the face.
He definitely left that day with a smile on his face.
Yeah.
That's the point, though, isn't it?
It was a really good day, and like, all of you guys were just so friendly and helpful, and like so approachable as well. Like, sometimes you go to a site and don't really want to talk to you because they're all moody, but like, you guys were all like really nice. So yeah, it was good. It was a good atmosphere.
It's what we aim for.
As you said, though, that is what it's all about at the end of the day. You want players to come back. You want them to get into Airsoft and come back, because that's the only way that this grows. And we keep people coming through. There are events out there that will be intimidating for people when they actually get the way they're being run. Getting into a bigger game isn't necessarily going to go too well for them. It may put them off if they have smaller games to start with and then go straight into a bigger game the next day. You almost need that hard-hitting day just to go, this is what it is, and I love it, and I've got away with a smile on my face, and I've had fun, and I've shot the head out of everyone, and fuck you all, basically.
Yeah.
That's what it's about. People turn up to shoot people and get shot at. And if you're on a large outdoor site, I mean, the first time I played outdoors, I turned up with a bag of twos on a windy day, and I think I shot myself more than anybody else. So at least here, it might hurt a little bit more because you're a little bit closer, but you're also going to get the shots off of people.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, I remember my first game. I didn't even know what hop was, and I wasn't hitting anything, watching the BBs falling short. And it's only halfway through the day that someone went, "Oh yeah, you need to change the hop on that." And I go, "What the hell is hop?"
Yeah.
I started playing before hoppers existed.
That's some of the other things about like having the few sort of small fights, because you got the new players going, and then they can see who they're shooting, you know, and then when they're getting kills or that kind of thing, it's making them sort of, it's growing their confidence, because they realize that they are actually hitting something, rather than going to, like you say, like a woodland site, and then it's like, did I hit him, or I'm not sure, and I'm not really enjoying this because I don't know if I'm hitting that person or whatever. At least sites like yours are really good for like the newer players, because you know it can give them that confidence boost.
Yeah, we also do that. Stand either.
Just saying, the rentals all have MOSFETs at no extra upgrade rental cost, which is really good. And South Hearts Airsoft saying rentals are the future. The more we can do for them, the better. So.
I agree with that.
I've noticed as well recently, sites are putting much more into their rentals. You know, you guys obviously all the MOSFETs and that. Hang on, I need to get my disclaimer up now for this next bit, because the site we're about to mention. Level 2 have the tracer units fitted as well.
So they're rental they get tracer rounds and tracers.
Especially where it is so dark in some of the bits in there as well. I don't know if you guys have played that site as well.
That sort of environment.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah.
But yeah, just little things like that that make it easier for new players. Like you can see, my BBs are going there, and it's definitely hitting them, etc. Like
it's that confidence boost for them that they are actually getting involved and hitting things and playing the game properly and how it should be played. And
but it's also that glowing BBs. You know, it's like you go anywhere with somebody new and you fire off a couple of rounds because you just want to make sure that the tracer's on, and they go, "What's that?" And they're looking like as if to say, like, "What the hell?"
Gareth Davis in the comments on Instagram as well saying rentals wearing trackies and a hoodie can get more kills than some lads wearing all the Gucci gear.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, 100%.
And I say we have some of the younger players here who just appear from a corner somewhere, and it's that sort of site where it works with that, because we've got tunnels, we've got little holes they can get through, and all of a sudden you'll have a 13-year-old lad come up behind you. You've not even seen them where they've come from. And I think that's what helps the site, especially with the rentals. It's not very often somebody will come here, hire a rental, and finish playing with that same riff. They'll be running around with a shotgun or a speed soft monstrosity that Simon's built, and everything. You know, or as everyone wanted to see Thomas the Crank Engine.
I was going to ask about that.
That has actually been ran around by a rental at one point.
We've had a fair few rentals take it out.
It's got a Mac 10. Is it Mac 10?
Yeah,
Mac 10 inside it, and it plays Biggie Smalls while you're running around shooting with it.
I would ask why, but I think no further questions, Your Honour.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, it's airsoft. There's no why. If you can, it's done.
It's that level of silliness that just makes airsoft great as well. Just doing shit like that. The game we played at South Coast a few weeks ago, just the absolute carnage that we had during that day. You got to make a laugh out of it.
Yeah,
that's the whole point.
And we get a lot of that, and it's if somebody comes in with an idea for a game, we're like, let's run it. Let's see if it works. It works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Suggestions on the side.
Yeah,
I haven't played at a site before where one of the games is strictly all of the players against the marshals. I've never played a site in 21 years of playing airsoft.
And we were like, you were like, we'll smash it easy, and they're like, maybe not.
Everybody says exactly the same. I think with you it was 22 versus 6. I think. And I think we ran out of BBs more or less before we got out. And we play that game quite regularly now because people just enjoy it.
Played about 40 times in that time as well. So.
I need it on a string, so I'll just pull it back in.
I've just seen on Instagram as well. It says barrel game in capital letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where we swapped it up from the bottles.
Yeah. So it used to be you had to collect 6 bottles, and nobody ever managed it. So we've now changed it to you have to collect a keg, and nobody's managed it yet. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what we'd change it to give someone else.
So it's just one keg, or
it's one keg in the middle of that in the middle of the tavern, and all you've got to do is go in, pick it up, and take it out. Simple as that.
Oh yeah, simple. Yeah, easy. Yeah.
But it can be good because we flipped it around a few weeks ago and we managed it. So
same as the bomb place game.
Yeah. But yeah,
we've got obviously a comment. Someone said this game's going to be easy, and then Simon laughs in high kappa.
Yeah.
No comment.
Yeah. It's when you're walking with a dump pouch full of high cap EPM ones, you know it's going to be a bad day for somebody.
Yeah.
And pyro.
Got someone here saying they've only been to Shadow1 twice since they started going as a newbie, and they find it a welcoming place to go. They love it so much. Booked an event for Saturday for my birthday. Looking forward to getting destroyed.
Make sure we know who that is so they can do the honorary birthday gauntlet.
There's a YouTube name there, but I'm sure they'll own up.
That you can tell they're new because nobody would say it's their fucking birthday.
They'll regret that one. But that's what it is about. Making so people like that can come and they enjoy it and they want to come back. We try and make it as fun, as relaxed, as enjoyable, as safe as sort of airsoft can be.
So one of the things we haven't really sort of spoken about, we're bigging up this site. Where in the UK are you? So that anybody that's listening that's new knows where you are, because that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah. So we're just more or less in the middle of Derby. One of the perks of the site is we are pretty central. Really good routes in from the M1 and the A38. Obviously, we're on all the socials. But yeah, we are pretty much smack bang in the middle of Derby.
Yeah, I must admit, when we came, it was easy peasy to get to, and
I'm literally just
Googling
how far it is from mine now.
Like in the middle of nowhere, not off any of the main routes, and you're traveling for like an hour trying to get to it.
Yeah. But I mean, we've got good facilities on site. Obviously, hot areas for people to sit and watch. People are coming with parents.
Speaking of facilities as well, for any of the ladies watching, like a really nice feature that I found and some of the other ladies that attended as well was obviously separate male and female toilets and plumbed-in nice toilets, not portaloos. And in the ladies, there's actually a box of free sanitary items as well, which is something that I've never seen at an airsoft site before. And it's just little things like that would make me want to come back any day. Because you've actually thought about it and what do people need or want, etc. And it's really
Rebecca Green on YouTube just said the same.
Yeah, I find it. I've never seen any other airsoft site that does that, because most of the time, as a girl, like
you're lucky if you get a portaloo.
Exactly, and then you're like, oh god, like, what I deal with this all day. And it's just...
No, come on, Adam. Lucky if you get a clean portaloo.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Usually, it's one of the ones that's been tipped over and not cleaned out properly since, and it's got paper up the walls and.
But again, it's about making the site inclusive for everyone. We don't want somebody turning away because they haven't got access to those sort of facilities, because at the end of the day, it makes the site look bad. So it's in our interest to make it a site that everybody can use, sort of obviously within reason, within sort of safety aspects of things.
Shows that you've got players' comfort in mind as well at the end of the day, well, if you're thinking to that extent.
Yeah, exactly. There's lots of things we do to try and make it that sort of site. We've got access to sort of hot and cold drinks. We've got snacks and things for people on site. We've got areas if they want to come out of a game and just chill, they can. We've got plans for the future for doing hot food, things like that. So it's just trying to make it a better site for everybody.
It's just bit by bit and the bigger gates to try and get ourselves.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. You like build your way up. That's,
I was going to say, I think you've done pretty well
so far.
Turn it around
already.
so far in the last just.
I was going to say the numbers are speaking for themselves with the number of new people that are tuning into the show tonight who clearly come over as a result of you guys coming on. So it shows that you've got people who are
got that
regularly coming back, and you've got that player base already dedicated. I just looked, it's 2.5 hours as well from mine. So that's not too bad.
There you go.
So we'll see you Saturday then.
From Thursday back.
I wish it was this Saturday. Yeah.
We do need to arrange another trip because obviously me and Adam came, but obviously we've got quite a few people in our team, and I think a lot of them would enjoy it. So we do need to arrange a little team outing. I think.
I'm only looking for games in the new year at the moment. I've got one left this year, and that's going to be me done. So in the new year, definitely need new sites, and like I said, 2.5 hours. That's manageable in a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, if people are travelling, there's an Airbnb on site, so we do get people that come and stay in the Airbnb and come play as well. So it works well for stag do's and parties and that sort of thing.
Well, that's worth knowing. Right, where's Airbnb? I'll have a quick look. Talk amongst yourselves.
Rich Cooper on Facebook has said, "What's the schedule like for games, weekday, evenings, etc.?"
So at the minute we play a Friday evening, 6 till 10, and then all day Saturday, all day Sunday. We play bank holidays, and if we get the interest, we do run a Wednesday game. But obviously, it's building the interest for the game. We don't want to put something available on a Wednesday evening to have 3 people turn up.
Yeah, that's fair.
But we are holding sort of specific events as well. So we had an under-18s game. We'll be having a Christmas game. We had a Halloween game. So it's all on the socials and on Eventbrite. We do have access, so if people want to book it, we've had teams come and play and use it prior to events. We've had people who want to do specific training. The local firearms, they want to come and use it for their training. We do corporate team building. So, as I say, we're trying to make it as available as we can. But obviously, we can't run games every day.
Yeah.
No.
I was going to say everyone has other jobs as well.
Yeah, I mean, we all, as I say, we've made a site for airsofters by airsofters. None of us take a wage to be here. We're all here 3 days a week. And I think that's what makes it a nice site. People actually want to be here. They're not here because they're going to get paid to be here. They're here because they want to be here and they want to grow the site.
Yeah. And on that note, like, what sort of gave you the idea or inspired you, I guess, to like get together and start buy this airsoft site and get it set up and all of that?
Yeah,
I'm gonna say we was all down here.
we were all here. We all played under previous names, and when the opportunity came, sort of Will and Simon took it on, and then we've all just dug in and help out to grow the site. We all love being here, so we all want to see the site do well.
Yeah. Here's the real reason why Richard Cooper was asking. I'm just thinking of when I'm working away in the area, I could sneak in a night game during the week.
Yeah, well, so Friday evenings, it's dark in there, so torches and tracers.
Night vision if you want to bring it.
Yeah. But again, it's one of the perks of the site is depending on time of year, it plays differently. So this time of year, you turn up at 6 o'clock, it's pitch black in there.
Yeah.
So it completely changed the dynamic of the game.
Then once we changed the game zone around, running into walls.
Yeah, which I've done many a time. We quite regularly, as I say, if somebody has an idea, we tend to just run with it. So many a time I've played a game and ran into a wall that wasn't there 2 days prior. But exactly, yeah. Yeah, if somebody changes it, please let me know. But we do that. We move things around. Many a time I've come in midweek and somebody's knocked a wall down because they thought it would be better somewhere else. And it's like, well, yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's the other thing that you're always swapping and changing things about. So, like you say, you come in, you can be there 1 week, it's like one layout, and then the next week it's changed. And that's good that you're always keeping things fresh. Like it never gets stale for regular players, etc. They're always having to think and try and find new routes to where they want to go and all that. So yeah.
What was it, a couple of weeks ago? You added a barricade in between games.
Oh yeah, we changed doors.
Yeah,
we changed 2 doors halfway through the day just because
Firewalls
Yeah.
cost having.
Yeah.
In between games. If
in
we
the
notice something's wrong, or if someone's getting worked out some routes that we haven't seen before and it's breaking the game, we'll just change it like between game resets.
Well, yeah, because at least you guys are standing around, you're watching where the choke points are or where people are getting snarled up. So, yeah, what better than to be able to just go, do you know what, I'm going to change that.
Yeah. The same as we've also walked around with the laser sight for long distance shots to try and cut them off, so people just can't spawn trap.
Yeah.
Always had a barricade in.
So I was going to say, there's nothing worse than when you go to a site and they don't address issues like the spawn camping.
Yeah.
And you're just stuck there going, well, this is pointless. I've seen that a few times. I've seen massively imbalanced teams that haven't been balanced out as well at games before.
Yeah. We try and change teams around if they're imbalanced straight away, don't we? We'll start changing it.
When we came, wasn't it? He'd swapped a couple of people around. It was one-sided, as it were, and then swapped over a couple of people, and then it played loads better.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why we run TDM as the first game, because obviously we can count up in the safe zone of different deaths. And if it's one-sided, we can start looking at it that way.
Yeah, because one team's got 50 kills, the other team's got 10, and there's an issue somewhere.
Yeah.
The other thing as well is you've got like the like scoreboard and the lights, etc.
Yeah.
To let people know. So, like certain games, you have the lights, so you can easily see who is scoring what points, etc. And then, like, say you come into the safe zone, you can see like your team's deaths or whatever you're counting, etc. Like, say you quickly come back into reload or whatever, you can be like,
oh crap, I need to
get back out because we're well, that's a really good feature as well that I found.
And it's good as well because there's games like trying to think of the game, like Hardpoint, and then you're like, oh, how many have they got? Because you haven't necessarily been to all of the points. You don't know which ones are yours and which ones are the enemies. But at least the way you've got the big lights up in the top, you can just have a glance up and you can see that you're dominating 2-1 or whatever.
Yeah.
It's another one of Simon's evening inspirations.
Yeah.
We'll regularly sit on the phone and wind each other up and go, oh, I've
Can we
thought
do
of
this? Can we do that?
A week later, it's built.
Some of the fusible props, let's say.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the word for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Diffusible props.
Yeah. It's it looks like Area 51 down the bottom where they're all kept. It's just trying to make.
When you were talking me through them on the game day, I was like, "Oh wow, that's cool! Oh, that's cool as well."
You have to be careful where you put your kit down and someone start ticking next to you. And it's, but it's about making it different. Every time you come, there'll be a different game. And as I say, if somebody comes and say, "Oh, I played this game at a site once," well, we'll try it. We'll see if it works. If it works, we'll bring it in. If it doesn't, we don't.
Well, look at us trying Hunger Games.
I was going to say, we tried playing
we
played that Hunger Games with pretty much where guns and everything was hidden.
Went to guns out, mags separated. Oh, I found a mag. I can't find a gun. I need a gun.
That played actually alright.
Yeah.
By any small numbers.
Do the captains and Yeah. The Hunger Games once for it, thinking about how it works, that doesn't broken that way. Tried several different ways, but we're getting there, nearly.
It's constantly evolving, and
and that's probably the thing you can say about the site itself is that the site itself is constantly evolving.
Yeah.
We've got plans for hopefully in the very near future to add an outdoor site to it. So we've got access to some woodland on the site where people can come and play woodlands in the morning, can play CQB in an afternoon, and vice versa. Or if the weather is like it is today, nobody else can play outdoors when it's hooing the gale, so everyone can come and play CQB.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say, listening to the wind out there, you're not going to hit shit anyway at the moment.
Exactly. Well, I'm like that in here anyway.
But at least that keeps it fresh and it gives people the option, and it just expands the horizons even more to include as many people as possible. So that's really good. The other thing I was going to mention is obviously in previous incarnations, shall we say, obviously people had complained about the dust, etc. But obviously you guys are doing everything that you can to combat that, like using the sprinkler system, etc., and just doing everything that you can possibly do to keep it sort of as low as possible. I can't say we noticed any issues.
I certainly didn't have any issues with dust.
Really good job. So yeah.
I was going to say, Eilidh would have been on the floor dying if there had been a massive dust issue.
Yeah.
Well, it was like Kyle said last week from High Kappa Hub. He said last time he came, he couldn't play because of his asthma.
Yeah.
Now the floor here, it's for people who haven't been, it's like a rubberized floor. It's horse menage, basically. The floor is. In some places, it's 5 foot deep, so we can't physically remove it. But the dust was a real issue. So now what we do is, in between every single game, we go around with sprinklers and a hose pipe, water it down to make sure we don't get the dust issue. We'll never completely eradicate it, but we do the best of what we can do.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, we've not had anybody mention.
Nobody's complained about it.
Yeah.
And I think people do like it because, I mean, my lad plays like he's playing Call of Duty, and he'll run in, slide under a doorway and shoot. You can do that there. You're not going to hit in a concrete trip over and hurt yourself. You're not going to really hurt yourself. As Adam knows, though, if you throw a grenade, make sure you don't like that.
Probably best we don't mention that.
I
think.
All right, shut up. Enough.
I think we need to know about this, Eilidh. Tell us the story.
Oh, Adam decided to palm his grenade. I think it was 3 times all in all that he did it, and lost it every single time.
Oh.
And he also got
shot.
Anyway.
4 of us that had to keep going out and looking for it. I think at one point it took us at least a good half an hour maybe to find this.
That was the last one. That was after the game against the Marshalls.
Yeah.
I just palmed it into one of the rooms, and I was like, I'm sure it's this room. I'm sure it's this room.
And we're there, like literally digging through like the rubbery stuff on the floor, like seeing if it's like been buried underneath something, etc. Like.
And it was wedged in between the pallet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was there. He definitely said I threw it forwards into where you were, and we found it 90 degrees to the right of where he said he threw it. So.
Yeah, well. I'm not as good a shot as I think.
Well, we know that.
Yeah.
I remember having to climb or get you to climb under a bus while I'm trying to tell you where it was at a site.
Oh, that was another time I lost my grenade. Yeah. The theme here.
But the question was, did it go off?
No.
But on the flip side of that, one of the good things that we've brought in is we've got trade accounts now with everybody. So if somebody does lose a grenade in a tie wall, we've got some in stock. We can access pretty much everything. We've got Pit Viper, Nupro, Perrin. I'm not even going to say that one. G&G Vorsk.
Concrete.
Yeah. We do quite a lot with Nupro. So if people want things, they can come to site and get them.
On the other side of that as well, people do lose things here. We've had people turn up 2 weeks later going, "Oh, I found this."
Ross was.
And we're like, "Oh,
Ross was mad, yeah.
Nothing is missing for long here. It kind of gets found again and returned. Everyone seems to be absolutely 100% honest here. We've not had any issues.
That's good as well, because there's a few light-fingered individuals around at the moment, especially this day and age.
But we've got the entire game site is fully CCTV as well. So if somebody has picked up something they shouldn't have, chances are we can go back through and find it. We're also, in the very near future, we'll have a few marshals within the site who will be wearing GoPros. So we'll have a live feed in the safe zone so you can see what the marshals are doing, but we can always also use it for safety and security.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So somebody's not calling the shots and they say, "Oh, I am." Watch the video. No, you're not. Or
Yeah.
As we've had a bit of put YouTube videos up, like they weren't taking it.
On his own YouTube video.
Yeah. Why would you? Why would you post that?
I've had the argument with an individual, a well-known YouTuber, about one of their videos breaking rules at a site openly, and I thought because I knew the guy, I'd have a chat with him offline, sort of thing, before everyone went in the comments, and then just basically got accused of being a hater because I'd pointed out that he was breaking site rules in video.
We're all trying to guess who that might be.
But we think one of the biggest issues we had when we started, and I know some of the airsoft ladies said, if you Google Shadow1 Airsoft, there's a very well-known YouTuber who has a video basically just calling out the site, hating the site, who's never been to the site in the last 2 previous owners. So the original owners had some sort of falling out, so he created this video, and then as the site's changed names, he's changed the name of the video. Now he's never been to the site.
I've never been
to the site,
and I punched it straight into YouTube just so I can get like the lay of the land. Oh, that's how the site is, you know, and that's literally the first video that comes up on YouTube.
I can probably guess which one it's going to be. We don't mention name just in case it is who I think it's going to be.
Yeah.
We've tried reaching out to him.
We've offered him a free game, just to like a free day to see the change.
See if you like it.
I mean, if you use that video to get around the site as it is now, you'll spend the whole game running into walls because the site.
Oh yeah, exactly. It was nothing like the video.
There's probably two buildings that are the same because we physically can't move them, but the internal layouts of them are completely different.
Yeah.
And I think that's the frustrating thing, is trying to dispel a lot of those old sort of rumours and that sort of thing, because the site it's absolutely nothing like the site's nothing like it was 6 months ago, let alone 3 years ago.
And you know, that's one of the reasons we wanted you guys to come on the show as well. Let's not beat around the bush. You know, that video is pretty bad, and it makes the site look bad, and it isn't representative of the site at all. It's nothing. None of it's the same. It's not the same layout. It's not the same people running it. And
it's not who I thought it was.
Do the same thing that I've done, and do a quick YouTube just to see the site, and then you know that's the top one that comes up.
Come in because of that video or whatever.
Yeah,
it wasn't who I thought it was, and it's not someone I've really dealt with. But I remember seeing that video, to be fair, and it didn't come out. But again, it goes back to what we were saying earlier. It's trying to get rid of that reputation now, because that's the first thing that people see when it goes on YouTube.
The trouble is, it's just generating clickbait for him. That's all it's doing.
Yeah.
We've got a lot of people putting other videos up now. But
to be fair, it only takes somebody to read the comments on that video.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
exactly. So the comments on that video get brutal.
Yeah. But it saves any business, isn't it? You're always going to have the haters, and
that's it.
We can deal with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Oh, you've already literally proved everything in that video wrong.
Yeah.
Even just from the game that we played.
Yeah.
I think a road trip's due in the new year.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we definitely want to get back, and I think a lot of the rest of our team would really enjoy the site as well. So, yeah, team outing, I think, is definitely needed.
Good.
There's one. Someone to put in future, maybe having cameras on top of the arena, so maybe a sky view of the match. It could be downloaded to see how it got on between friends.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea at all.
Yeah. It's something. I mean, there's lots. We've got lots of not dissimilar plans. Things that will include the people who aren't playing. So if you've got parents watching the kids, things where they can actually be involved in games without leaving the safe zone. Yeah.
I was going to say, I think it's my command that have got that where they've got CCTV in the game zone. So I remember when we went, I sat out a game, but I could watch Adam running around like a madman in the arena, just sat on the sofa in the safe zone.
Was he actually running, or was it his usual sort of semi-walk old man?
I do run sometimes.
Getting close.
I get to the end of where I'm running and.
Yeah, to be fair.
For a grenade. But for the people who come regularly, I mean, we've bought out like a loyalty scheme. If you can see, cameras up there. So you basically get you play 7 games and you get your 8th game free. For people who are coming for the first time, they can play the first game for free. So we're going to do it for the whole of December, where you come in, play the first TDM. If you enjoy it, you pay for the rest of the day. If you don't, you can go home. So it's just trying to get people who haven't played before to come and actually see what it's like, because it's always people. Oh, is it going to hurt? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? Well, you don't know till you come and try it.
Yeah. Well, that's a neat idea. There's no other sites that sort of do that kind of thing.
Yeah, like a try before you buy kind of thing.
Yeah, it's things like that that are gonna sway people, because they'll think, well, I haven't got anything to lose, have I? Because if I don't like it after the first game, then I can just go home.
There's no hard feelings with it. There's nothing like that. It's like, okay, if it's not for you.
Yeah,
and
at least you don't want to pay. You tried it.
Yeah. You don't want to pay for the whole day and not enjoy it. We'd rather somebody goes, look, it's not for me, and go
we've done that
and have a positive experience.
Yeah. This is it though. As Adam said, there's been a few times I've been to a site, I've played the first game, and I'm like, this is an absolute shit show. It could just be the players there on the day, which is why I always try to give sites a couple of opportunities. There's a million and one things that can make the day as good or as bad as it is for you, and other people can have a completely different experience as well. But then, sorry, what? Oh, sorry, Eilidh just dropped me a message. Yeah, no.
Very important. It's about the cat.
Yeah, so it is just that experience, the fact that you're giving those people that opportunity if they do get there, and it is generally there is an issue with a player or whatever. Obviously, you guys will deal with it anyway, but if it does put them off that much, at least they've not lost anything.
Yeah. Yes. And we do get a wide range of and all sorts of players. People who are into their sort of the milsim, people who just will rock up in joggers and a hoodie, all the way through to we had the World Speedsoft guys came in and just played a normal game day and got stuck in. You had guys who some of the best Speedsofters in the world playing with guys who'd never played before.
But even then, they're still helpful to the newer players.
Yeah, letting the newer players use their kit and things like that, and that's what this site's about.
It's the ethos of what we're doing.
We've got Zach on Facebook who said, me, my brother and my dad tried Shadow1 for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Had an amazing time. Staff were brilliant. Games were really enjoyable. Booked in again to come next weekend. Definitely going to be a regular place to visit. Also, apologies for the marshal I kept shooting with the shotgun / Mosscart launcher.
Yeah, it's one of the joys of being a marshal. When I marshal, I seem to get shot more than I do when I'm playing. I'm not quite sure.
Do you know what I hear that
wrong place, wrong time.
All it reminds me of is just I am a fluorescent yellow. Why are you still shooting me?
Yeah, just in admitting to being a fluorescent yellow blimp at the jail, still get more than the players.
I think everyone can see anything moving.
Yeah, we had Lee from let me break to dead from Unit 1 Airsoft come down to have a look around in the week.
I think he was in the comments earlier.
I was going to say Unit 1 have been around in the comments.
Yeah, he went out in the game zone with full high vis on, his camera out, and the amount of people after he came in were coming over. So sorry, but it's all the talk. And they just kept lacing it because it's just sort of light movement and light and movement, and I was like, oh god, I hope you haven't shot his camera out. But he came down to have a gander, and hopefully he's
South Hearts Airsoft. We get shots
we
we
get shots
turned it into a game.
That's like the George Foreman grills, isn't it? We're so proud of it, we put our face on it.
That's why we came up with barrels.
I was going to say, that's why we do Marshall versus, so we can have a go back.
Yeah, get your own back.
Yeah.
We've got someone saying 306 round on shotguns, by the way, because they're asking for a friend with a KSG.
3. That's 3.
You don't want to get it more than 3 times with one of them.
Yeah. We've had a few. We tried it ourselves, and it just doesn't work when you start getting that close with that many shots. It gets pretty painful.
Well, that's why we brought in the weight limit as well for the BBs. Got a weight limit of 0.25 because you don't want to get shot with a 4.3 from 2 meters away.
I was going to say, like, the sight is very close, so there's... I don't think especially say if you were
again, it's just trying to make
or something like that.
Yeah. Again, it's trying to make it enjoyable for everybody. We do have we've got a marshal for the marshal game. We use that 4.3. But that's why we limit it to 2.5s because you don't need more than a 2.5 in there anyway.
No, there's no window or anything to reject it, so you shouldn't need that.
No, you can shoot a 2 end to end quite easily in it.
I must admit, I've been advocating to go down to 2, but a lot of the players don't want to just because they consider 2 as inferior.
I've got about 10 kilos of 2.5s as well, so I don't change.
We generally run marshal to 2, and when we play a marshal, we run on 2. I mean, I'm having issues with it.
I was getting ready to come up with my 0.12s from Skeggy Market with the yellow seams around it, with the seams around them.
You can come down and play our Skeggy special. We've got a game planned where you basically pay to turn up, you get one of these
Skeggy specials.
Market.
We brought a shitload of Skeggy specials.
Oh, yeah. Where do I sign up?
We've got like 40 of them.
Yeah,
and we're going to have a game where you need
have
2 to.
They carry 12 BBs. You turn up on the day, you get one of them, and you use it till it breaks, basically.
I mean,
it's kind of like
it could be a good way to get people who are struggling with hit taking. You just de-kit them and make them run around with that if they're not going to take the hits. Could be the gun of shame.
That's actually a good chat.
I was going to say that's something that.
To be fair, if we have to deal with hit taking too much, they go home.
Well,
You say the gun of shame though. That's something that South Hearts Airsoft have introduced in the last year. They have springers out in game, and it is the gun of shame. And if you find it, you get to run around with it. And if you shoot someone with it, then they go on the wall of shame.
I like that. We might follow that.
That is really good.
Full credit goes to South Hearts Airsoft.
We've got a light up flashing armband that if you are caught not taking your hits, you have to wear. But it's in airsoft. I think that's the most contentious issue in it. People not taking their hits. In here, we don't.
Yeah.
But as I say, we normally have 3 or 4 marshals in there, and it doesn't happen because you're so close anyway. You usually know. But if you get hit in the body armor from 10 meters away, chances are you might not know.
Yeah.
Zach Farnworth on the Skeggy special saying you need to paint them all gold, go full golden eye with suits on.
Who's that?
Zach Farnsworth.
Zach. Nice
yeah,
Zach. I think
that's not a bad shout actually. We might have to do a golden eye gold with one BB in it, one gold BB.
Yeah.
Gold BB already.
One gold BB.
South Hearts coming in and saying, well done, Shadow1. It's nice to hear you guys do so much for newbies. Fed up of hearing about sites who put the regular first. And it sort of goes full circle back to what we said at the top of the hour, which was, at the end of the day, they are the future of it.
Yeah.
If you don't engage these, look like the
Today's
new
ready for
players
it.
and make them feel welcome, this sport, we're not going to grow.
No.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's about. Just getting people through the door and actually to experience it. I can still remember my first time I came. I only came because I bought my lad, and then within a month, I'm bankrupt, remortgaged the house to a gold high capper.
Mortgage
yeah, it doesn't help having Kyle from High Kappa Hub living about 500 yards away from me. But that's what it is about. It's getting people in to experience it for the first time and actually enjoy it. I can remember my first outdoor game. My gun broke in the second game, and we went home.
I was going to say, like, a lot of sites are just like, oh, tough luck.
Yeah.
The amount of times you're walking here and somebody's played a game, they've had a fault with the ref, and Simon's got it in pieces on the couch fixing it for him. And then with a fully modded kappa or some HPA.
Anything off the walls.
Yeah. We've I don't know if you can see that we've got a slight collection of
slight
things.
We have got an RPG.
And that's not including the RPG that's in the next room. That's just But it's about experiencing different things. It's not a cheap sport to come and buy something. So chances are we've got something similar here you can have a go with.
Yeah,
and that's always a good thing because like a lot of people wouldn't even know where to start, or they're like, oh, I like the look of that, but I don't know how it shoots or whatever. And it's like it'd always be good to have a go with things before you actually have to splash out like hundreds of pounds on.
This is it. That's one of the things I always say. Like before you, like loads of people want to get into airsoft but want to buy a gun straight away. And I always say, have a look at other people's guns, see what is popular. You might see something and think, oh bloody hell, that's really nice.
The amount of people that want to go and be a sniper straight away as well. And
yeah.
It's like, no, go play airsoft first, and then decide whether you want to have a go at that.
Anyone worth their salt in airsoft, it would be like, here you go, have a go with it.
Yeah.
Take it out for a game, see what you think, sort of thing. So
yeah. I mean, we bought a stock of the Levears, and we've got a few left because people have tried them and it didn't sit right. We've got a brand new MTW on the wall because somebody wanted it, picked it up, didn't like it. So it's one of the perks of us having access to some of the accounts we've got, where people can actually come and have a look at it rather than just buying it from a named online site and going, I don't like that.
Yeah.
We've started doing packages, HPA packages, Vorse Kappa, with air tank line and reg. So people can try it on site and go, yeah, I like that. Well, we've got them in stock. You can
have one today. You're going home with one.
Buy one if you like.
Yeah.
But we use them as rentals.
Yeah.
So people can literally try before they buy. And then if somebody wants to build their own monstrosity, we can do it. We can do it for them. We can get all the bits and build it and do it that way for them. So we've got everything in between.
I guess then, what does the future hold for you guys?
Sky's the limit, really.
Yeah. People need to stop giving us silly ideas so we can actually start doing it. No, I think for us it's carrying on growing the CQB side of things, and I think next year the outdoor site's going to be a big priority. We've got sites for a CQB arena as well, so we get CQB guys who come in and playing here, but having a specific arena because there isn't one within the Midlands. So it's a case of having everything.
No, you said a CQB.
Oh yeah, a Speedsoft arena. He's in charge.
Yeah, we knew it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's making a site that everybody who does airsoft can come and play. So whether you do Milston, whether you want to do outdoor, whether you are a sniper, or whether you're a speed softer, you can come down to the same site and play whatever you want to play.
To be fair, I have run around in there in the village.
Yeah.
What? And Wookiee.
We had a Wookiee in here not so long ago as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Dress.
But yeah, say the sky's the limit, really.
Yeah.
If we can build it, we will do our best.
That's it.
That's always good to hear that you guys are open to new ideas and new things and changes to the site, because some sites do get stuck in their ways, but I think sites like you guys that are open to the future and how things are going to change, then you'll be fine.
I can say, because one of the ideas that we've had was building an arcade machine to go in the shop, which controls an M4. Yeah, it controls an M4 up in the rafters, though.
Parents, guardians to
there's my child.
Hopefully to give their child air support, not absolutely fucking nail their child.
I was going to say, I would just follow Adam. I would just follow Adam around the entire site with that.
Yeah, don't let Andy near it if he comes.
Program it so it's got a 10-second delay in between each shot.
As Sam was saying, because nobody takes a wage, whatever comes into the site goes on the site. So it just gives us that opportunity to be able to build the site and change things and introduce new things.
Cool. I think we'll call it a day there. We're just over the hour mark. So, yeah, it's been great talking to you guys. Looking forward to getting up in the new year.
Yeah, we need to have a team out and
we'll arrange it all.
Well, so everybody's welcome.
Always, yeah.
Cool. Other than that, where can people find you?
So we're on all the socials on the Shadow1 Airsoft. Don't Google it because that video comes up. So yeah. We're up with Shadow1 Airsoft on all of that.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much for your guys' time tonight. Thanks for coming on and talking to us. In the meantime, we will be back in 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
On the 19th, last show of the year. On the 19th.
Oh. And we'll be doing like a little yearly.
I think we're just going to sit there and just chat shit about what's been going on for the year, really, aren't we?
I mean, we don't have a plan, and we're just going to come on and chat shit.
And wing it.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. Made a living out of it. It's how we got to where we are by winging it, so it's it works.
Yeah, it does.
But yeah, everyone was there on the 19th of December, 8 o'clock. It'll be our last one of the year, so if you're a new or old fan, it would be good to see you and have a chat with you.
Yeah. And thanks to all the guys that have joined in tonight as well for the first time. A lot of new names popping up. Please drop us a like, drop us a subscribe. Catch up on all the episodes. You've got, anything we've done since 21, 22 when we started this again is on YouTube, Facebook, etc., etc.
Listening or watching needs, we are on there.
Yeah. And then you can find the older episodes, the podcast going back to 2018, wherever you get your podcasts, really. The audio's there. We try and get it out the following Monday after this episode, but we don't always succeed. So yeah, other than that, thanks for tuning in, guys, and we hope to see you next time on the Airsoft Show. Just take care of each other, take your hits, and don't be a dick. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.